Gary, I was shocked. I was saddened, and I really couldn't believe it. I thought the whole world was coming to an end. But what the heck? Tomorrow's another day. Good luck, buddy.
Okay, ready?
Okay, kind of.
Welcome to Delta 10's garden. I'm Evie Yoni. Gary directed a lot of my gardening shows, and I knew he had talent. One day we were out in the garden with Ron Trend and Jamie Mackey on camera, and Dave Demidov couldn't keep up to the directing that Gary was doing. He finally had them taking shots when they were wrapped around a tree.
We asked Doug Holberton his comments, and this is what he said.
Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of management and staff of Delta 10 Television.
Right? You know,
No.
after all, he is
No.
leaving, right?
Yeah.
It's
and I
about time.
remember- Yeah, he was there the second day that I did master.
Second day?
The second day, yeah, it was Gary who taught me how to do master control. And I remember it was Gary that I worked on swim meets with. 12-hour-long swim meets.
12 hours. I can't remember the first thing that I did with Gary. It couldn't have been very important. Maybe he didn't impress me. I don't recall. It was a long time ago.
It was a
But,
long time, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, you know, from here from the set of behind the scenes, here's to you.
Good luck, Gary. You don't deserve it abandoning us like this.
No. But we'll survive. Fuck. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know about it.
Gary Kazmaier, real good friend of mine. As a matter of fact, I met a fellow that he knew, and he says, Gary, he says, he's not even fit to eat with pigs. But I stuck up for him. I think he is fit to eat with pigs.
How come you're always such a fussy young man? Don't want no Captain Crunch, don't want no Raisin Bran. Well, don't you know that other kids are starving in Japan? So eat it, just eat it.
Yep, 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 yep.
Hey, that's my
Oh.
drink.
That's right, I almost forgot. This is Alex's drink. Here's to you, Gary. No. I was gonna show you, just before you leave, I want you to remember, this is why we're making this tape, we want you to remember some of the equipment that you've had to work with. This is the 7950, you should remember it well. It doesn't work! There it is, the sound of the 7950. The sound you know and love, Gary. You'll never forget it now, it's on tape, okay? Okay, grrr. And over here we have one of our famous 9500s. Okay, here we go. Record and play mode. Always remember, have it in the record part. Louder, we can't hear you. Have it in the record part or else it'll be all glitchy and everything. And then you've got assembly and you've got insert and cut out and eject and rewind. And all state-of-the-art functions that you need, Gary. So I just want you to remember this. Okay, and down here we have one of our newer Panasonics, and the number is 9240. And it even has high and low headphone level, channel 1 and channel 2 audio monitor. Oh, it's got some really nice features. Plus it's black, so you never would have had any problems with this, of course. We know that you always had equipment that works so well. Now, when you're working with that Apple computer down on our video, I want you to remember this. Can you get a shot of the graphics of this display? Now, this is state-of-the-art. I mean, we're talking really good here. So, I just want you to remember that, Gary. Just in case you forget. This is what you started out with, kid. This is what you'll end up with, probably. No. And all the wonderful master control area here, the audio board, the switcher, Alex's favorite waveform and vectorscope. Oh, turn some of these lights on. You can't see the action on this. Oh, there we go. Turn those off. That's right. Oh, that's great. Now you can really see. You turn up the brilliance. Looks great. Looks great. One more thing before you forget.
Don't forget that mobile feed, but that.
Don't forget. Remember how to turn this on and off so you can change the memos for all those kids at home and all the girl guides that are having their car washed and everything. So remember, it's Control I1, Control G2, and then the page number 04. Oh, single parents under 50, SPUF. Monthly dance, Kennedy Hall, 88th and Scott Road, Friday, April 27th at 8 p.m. Gary, if Caroline ever leaves you, you can always join that group. So there you have it, Gary. Oh, and to make it go back, Control A, 0129, add 20 seconds, Control G1, Control I, 2, and all the people at home can watch Delta 10 live on the air 24 hours a day with community programming, messages, and all that good stuff. So, Gary, we just want you to remember all these nice things about this control room. We know how much you love this control room. Bye.
Remember when you ran away and I got on my knees and begged you not to leave because I'd go berserk? Well, you left me anyhow, and then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha, they're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha, to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away, ha-ha!
Well, I'm shocked. I never thought he'd take that step. I thought he was content here. Just willing to go along, not rocking any boats, not wanting to get ahead, and just enjoying himself.
He's a pretty dependable character.
Oh, I don't know. Pleasant to work with. I don't know.
But the best of all was the day we went to Hilary Miller's garden. I wanted a special shot of a begonia, so Gary had Ed Penner flat on his back in a rock garden. I'm gonna miss Gary.
Maybe, yeah. Well, Gary does a lot of funny things, but it's hard to remember what he does.
That's actually a very good comment. It's hard to remember what he does.
Well, see, he's not even gone yet. We're already forgetting about him. I wasn't saying anything funny. I was just gonna say I'm glad that Gary's moving on. I think it's about time he's been here too long. and I think it's too bad that he's leaving here and everything and all that good stuff.
Well, Gary, in some countries of the world, they put ashes and sackcloth over their heads when they know that a dear friend is departing, and as a special honor to you, I shaved off my beard because I am so sad to see you go. But good luck wherever you're going to go to, Gary. Bye-bye.
Well, Gary, I've been looking through your records here at the Delta Cablevision office, and I noticed that you started with us way back in November 1976. And you had a fantastic salary in those days, somewhere between $25 and $27 a day. I don't know how we could manage it. It's an awful lot of money to pay for what we expected of you at that time, but anyway. And you were known as a production assistant. And if it hadn't been for Ron Devon being here, I guess we would have done something else to give you a new title, but with Ron around, we just couldn't do that. Anyway, I noticed that you did a lot of things in radio before you decided to get into the visual end of the works. And before you came to us, you were an announcer at CKAY in Duncan and afternoon announcer at CFCP Courtney and CJNB North Battleford. You're the morning man, whatever that is. Do you go around and get people up in the morning or shake them up or knock them up or whatever you do? In England they call it knocking up, but I don't know. But over here, you were the afternoon announcer at CFVR in Abbotsford. And I guess shortly after that, you knocked on our door and we took you on as what did we call you? Well, production assistant, that's right. According to the records here, you've done a lot of things in radio and in the media, and some good things and some bad things. There were times when you used to sleep in the mornings and we had to send a truck around to wake you up. Things like that, it was a bit difficult, you know, but, and then occasionally, was it you that used to be hung over on Monday mornings? Again, I think it was either you or Ron Devon, I'm not quite sure which. But one or the other, and we eventually would get the station on the air, though sometimes a bit late in the evening. However, I noticed that among your other credits, you went in for photography and movies and art and golf and telling funny stories and tennis. In fact, you all like all kinds of sports, both indoor and outdoor. So you say here. You don't go into any detail as to just what all the indoor sports were, but some of them I'm sure were very interesting. And looking at your the rest of your file here, you know, I find it some awful things. I don't know if I should tell the gang just what I see here. No, oh boy. Oh, that's awful. I just can't, don't think I should say anything about this, Gary. Do you? No, but anyway, there are a lot of things in this file that a lot of people would like to know about, but I promise you, I won't tell. As long as you come back to work for us six months from now. And so in the meantime, I just want you to know that we really hope that you'll do well working with Ferdy and that you'll enjoy what you're doing. And when you've made your first million, you'll come back and we'll all have a drink together. How about that, Gary? Best of luck.
Gary, I don't know, what can I say? I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for you. I'd be back in social work. On the other hand, maybe that wouldn't be a bad idea. I remember our first program we did together, phototherapy, remember that? I did my first stand-up. Actually, I was sitting down at the time. But you were so patient with me, you were wonderful. And I ran home quickly to see the program aired on Delta 10. And that night when I watched with 5 other people, I think that's all that were watching my program that night, there I came on, licking my lips. Thanks, Gary. You didn't edit that out, Gary. I don't know why you didn't edit it out. Anyway, and then when we had the bloopers, Gary, and I looked at that phototherapy program again, and there I was with the camera focused on my navel. Thanks, Gary. And remember when we edited that on-location program? And, you know, I was really excited. I brought all those sheets of paper in, and I wanted to say the odd thing, but it was high drama in the editing suite. And I knew that you couldn't be interrupted because the creative process was at work. I mean, your feet were tapping and your fingers were clicking, and I appreciated that, Gary. And all I want to say, Gary, is the best of luck out there when you go out there. And I know you can make it because anyone who can work with volunteers can work with anybody. I love you. Bye.
Golly, Gary, just the thought of you leaving doesn't make me feel too good. I've been in a rut for so long, writing out checks to Gary Kasmar